What's going on, fellas? I've got a new goalie build for you guys. It's the build I use in club when I play sixes and the build I use in league. That's the VGHL on PS3. And I know I promised I'd deliver this to you guys earlier, but I needed to work out all the kinks to make sure it's just right. Now, I know I marketed this as the top 50 goalie build, but one thing you guys should know is that leaderboards don't mean a whole lot. All it means is that you play a lot, you get your games played, which means you get more wins eventually. And I'm not saying everyone on the leaderboards is shit. I'm just saying it can be deceiving. The #1 goalie on PS3 has about 300 more games played than everyone else. His numbers are bad. He can't get on a team in leagues, so it's just kind of skewed. Don't look at it that way. If you're a good player, you're a good player. Now onto the height and weight. You'll see I'm 6'5", 205 pounds, and I'm a hybrid. Now you might be wondering why I'm not 6'9", and that's because when you switch from butterfly to hybrid, your 5-hole actually opens up. The taller you are, the bigger your 5-hole is, the more 5-hole goals you let in, regardless of that 5-hole stat. It definitely helps with this build, but we'll get into that later. Butterfly, you can be as tall as you want, and it seems like you won't give up any 5-hole goals. So just keep that in mind. I started out with this build as 6'3", and I moved up to 6'5", and it seems to be the perfect balance for me. But I'd suggest you guys try it out anywhere in between there. I don't suggest going any higher than 6'5" or any lower than 6'3". I'm very quickly going to run through the hockey shop. You guys ready? +7 5-hole, +5 5-hole, +7 rebound control. Second row, +5 stick high, +5 glove high, +7 vision. Next row, +5 glove low, +7 glove low, +7 glove high. Next row, +7 stick low, +5 stick low, +7 stick high. And in the last row, +7 agility, +5 agility, and +7 speed. Now on to our attributes. You'll see our 5-hole stat is at 90, and like I said, for hybrid and stand-up, that's important. With butterfly, it seems like you can be 6'9" and have 65 5-hole, and you won't give up any goals. But with a hybrid, there's definitely a difference between 65 and 90, so get it up there. Glove and stick high are at 92, and glove and stick low are at 90. Breakaway is at 79. One thing you can do is take glove and stick high down to 90 and put the rest of points into breakaway. What breakaway does for you is it helps you snap to the puck on a breakaway. So if you try and move out of the way accidentally, if you guess wrong or whatever, the game kind of won't let you. It kind of just draws you towards the puck and allows you to save it easier. For me, it isn't worth it because you need to bump it up to around 90 to start noticing a big difference. So I just keep it at 79 because it's my defense's job not to let it happen. They do happen, and I may change it later, but right now I like the setup I've got. Before we move on to puck control, look at angles. I have 1 point in it because I had one left over. Don't put any points in here. It doesn't do anything. I can say that with 99% certainty. The 1% is that EA never officially released anything saying that, so you can never be sure, but I've experimented. I've played over 1,000 games on my goalie. I've played probably 150, 200 with them with angles, and it doesn't do anything. I have video evidence of it not changing a thing, okay? And one other thing I want you to take a look at. Before we move on, the cap is at 84 for angles, okay? Just keep that in mind. You'll see rebound control is maxed at 92, and so is shot recovery. I suggest you guys get these as high as you can. I didn't notice a huge difference between 88 and 92, but I think it will help you out a lot. You can try that out on your own. You'll see my passing is at 69. It's not important. The more points you have in passing, the further you can bomb the puck down the ice, and your goalie will make crisper passes by just using R2, but I don't think it's as important as rebound control or shot recovery. Next, poke check. Notice the cap, 84. We can all agree that poke check really doesn't do anything. It affects computer goalies. Notice the cap, 84, angles, capped at 84. On to athleticism. Agility, speed, and vision are the 3 most important attributes in this category. Agility affects how fast your goalie can change directions, and I also think it affects how fast you move in your butterfly. You'll see I have it at 91. Vision affects the screen effect on your goalie and how well he can see the puck and pick it up. I also have it at 91. The only reason those two aren't maxed is because I wanted enough points to get my speed up to 84, and that's just the way I have my boost set up. You guys could probably max out agility and vision and still have enough points for speed if you take the +7 off of rebound control, I think it was. But speed. Okay, if you guys have ever played a first-person shooter, you'll know that there's a sensitivity setting, whether it's on the PS3 or your computer. There's always a sensitivity option, and I compare speed to this. So the way sensitivity works is you can move your joystick less but cover more area on the screen. That's if you set it higher, and if you set it lower, you have to move your mouse more to cover more distance on the screen. I have my speed at 84. This was a perfect fit for me. When I put it at 92, I overskated everything. I couldn't control my goalie. I was just going too fast. So I found the perfect number for me. You guys need to do the same thing. 84 was a real nice balance for me. I can still get across to get cross creases. It really helps with those cross crease passes, trust me. But don't put it too high unless you're really good on your stick. Before we move on, I want you guys to look at the caps of aggressiveness, durability, and endurance. They're all capped at 84. Agility, speed, and vision are all capped at 92. And when we put points into agility, we can notice a difference. When we put points into speed, we notice a physical difference with our goalie. But aggressiveness, durability, endurance, we're all pretty skeptical of that, okay? And I can tell you from experience, I've played 1,000 games on my goalie, maxing aggressiveness does nothing. It doesn't change your movement. It doesn't change the way you save the puck. It doesn't affect your desperation saves. If you're out of position and you react on time with the left stick, your goalie will dive out, okay? Notice that the categories that are capped at 84, we all argue over what they do. Their cap doesn't necessarily mean that they don't do anything, but when you max them, they don't change anything. You just need to try it out for more than 50 games. Just do it. It doesn't make a difference, okay? Anything capped at 84 does not change your goalie whatsoever. Don't worry about them. Get over it. It's just a mental crutch. You guys need to stop arguing about it. And until an EA dev comes and tells us otherwise, don't worry about them, okay? There is no set playstyle to this build. It's a pure skill build, and your ability to make saves is dependent on how confident you are at reading and reacting to plays. The only thing a build will do for you is allow you to be comfortable in net. I'll give you guys a few technical tips and briefly cover how I read the play, but I can make a whole different video on that, so I'll try and get on that for you guys later. First, I no longer hold L1 at all. This takes some time getting used to, but once you can control yourself, you'll be able to react to cross creases and different plays a lot quicker. I've learned to be very light on my left stick when I need to be. I make minor movements by not hitting the stick on the edge of the controller unless the situation calls for it. This will be very difficult to get used to at first, but I suggest you give it a try. Next, on quick one-timers or cross creases, all I do is react with my left and right stick at the same time and try and line up with the open man's stick. I don't hit L2 because your goalie automatically slides across. This is evident when a guy whiffs on a slap shot and you can see your goalie flinch down into butterfly and then pop back up. Note that this is only good for quick one-timers. If the man receiving the pass holds the puck, you'll need to keep yourself down in butterfly using L2 or left trigger if the situation calls for it. And that doesn't mean I don't use L2 at all. In certain situations, you need to be down in your butterfly, like on rebounds or low shots. You can't just stand up the whole time or you'll get beat low. We are playing a realistic style of goaltending here. There's no limit or set rule on how to position yourself. Your depth depends on who's open and where they are. Real goalies have the ability to read the play, and in this game, it is one of the most important things you can do to help you stop the puck. Knowing where everyone is on the ice at all times gives you a huge advantage. Turn on your opponent's colored halos in the visual settings. This will help you pick up on player tendencies within the game. Once you reach a certain level, you'll start playing the same guys over and over again. You start to learn what they do individually and what their team likes to do as well. I know one guy loves trying to backhand rat me every game. Another guy will always cut to his forehand and go short side on his first breakaway. Another guy likes to take a full ice slap shot on net when his team is short-handed, so I always have to be on my toes. And another team, they like to work the puck to the point and take a lot of low slap shots so they can get rebounds. The more you know about what's going on in game, the better you'll be. The key is not tipping your hand and letting the other team figure out you know what's going on. If you start cheating, they'll start changing things up. Use your knowledge to help you react faster rather than overplaying it. If a team switches it up on you, you're just going to have to react to it. There's not a whole lot you can do. Thanks for watching, guys. I'd appreciate it if you shared this video. I'll have more tips on reading the plays for you guys soon, but for now, just take it easy. See you later.